I want to share with you the universal concept of infinite intelligence, because your understanding of infinite intelligence will determine the result you command, not just in your business, but in other areas of your life. Your understanding of what infinite intelligence is. I'm sure there are people here who have heard the terminology infinite intelligence, divine intelligence, divine influence. Why do I say that I salute your divinity? It is not just a greeting. I salute your divinity is a purposeful and intentional way of calling forth the divine within you. When I say that I salute your divinity, I am intentional, I'm purposeful about calling forth, activating the divine within you. The divine within you, because you have a divine center that is within you. Now, for a lot of people, what they have done is, because they have refused to cooperate and work with their divine center, that center has gone into a state of hibernation. So your presence in a session like this is to help you rejuvenate and activate your divine center. So my goal tonight is to make sure that I trigger something within you that would help you connect, and not just connect, activate the spark of God that is within you. Because you are a carrier of the divine spark that created everything that you see. You're a carrier of that divine spark. You are the temple of the living God. That's what you are. You are a carrier of the divine spark that created everything that you see. You are the temple of the living God. There is no temple outside you that is more powerful than what you carry within you. There is no building outside you. I don't care what they call the name. The dome, Dover, the ark, the whatever. That is more powerful than what you carry within you. And my mission is to help you put the pieces together and connect back to the source. The source. You are the source. Always understand that you are the source. Everything outside you are tools. Some of the greatest Sufis that I know, Shams Tabrizi, Ibn Arabi, Rumi and co. When you read their poem, they let you understand that God is what holds everything together. God is the beauty in the flower that you see. God is the beauty that you see in the plants, in nature. God is in the waters. God is in the roaring of the lion. God is in the singing of the birds. God is in the clapping of the trees. God is in everything that you see around you. That's what God is. And those are even lower intelligence. How much more you that is of a higher intelligence? You can imagine. You are the temple of the living God. That's what you are. There is no building outside you. There is no constructed house. There is no building made of bricks and stones that is more powerful than the temple of God that is within you. You are the temple of the living God. It's as simple as that. You either accept this or you keep chasing clouds. You either accept yourself for who you are or you keep chasing clouds. There is no institution outside you that is more powerful than the institution that is within you. If there is something you want to do, just go and do it. Don't wait for any God. Because listen, when you get to the point where you partner with divinity, when you partner with God, every of your actions are divinely inspired. Your thoughts are inspired. Your words are inspired. Your actions are inspired. And there is no inspired action that does not produce results. It must produce results. It must produce results. See, you must inject this in your consciousness and your subconscious. I am the source. They don't want you to look at yourself as the source, but you are the source. You are the source. Everything outside you are tools that you use. They are tools. That's it. What I am teaching you right now is a tool that you are meant to use to connect with the source, but you are the source. A lot of people, Africans, you want to connect with the source outside you. And yes, you are looking for the source in buildings and temples. You are looking for the source in political gods and celebrity gods. And that's why you are more frustrated and depressed, because you are chasing for something outside you that is less powerful than what you have inside you. You are the source. You are the most authentic source for your life. You are the source. So with this understanding, right? When you have this understanding that you are the source, you don't wait for God. Whatever actions that you need to take, you already know that you and God are in partnership. I am in partnership with the divine. That's what you are. You are in partnership. You are in partnership with the divine. I am in partnership with the divine. When you are in partnership with God, you can never be stranded. When you are in partnership with the divine, you don't give your power away. Because that's what many people are doing. A lot of people, for 20 years, you have given your power away to other people. You have given your power away to organized religion. You have given your power away to religious institutions and figures. You have given your power away to celebrities who are not reciprocating what you are giving to them. I am the source. This afternoon I said God is different thing to different people. God means different things to different people. And that's why the way some of us would speak, some people would think we are atheists. Because what we are saying about God, that's not their education about God. That's not who they know God. They see God as. They see God as a tyrant, wicked, warmongering, judgmental sky daddy that wants to punish them for everything they do that he does not like, because of the stories they have been told. Because your perception of God determines the result you command in your life. Your perception of God determines the result you command in your life. I am in partnership with God. Your relationship with God should be from the place of partnership, not worship. This is going to trigger, fundamentalists. Yeah, it's going to trigger fundamentalists. My relationship with divinity is from the place of partnership, collaboration, not worship. Because you cannot partner with a superior. You can only partner with an equal. And you and God are one. That's what you are. You and God, you are one. My relationship with divinity is from the place of partnership. It's not from the place of worship. It's not from the place of worship. When I bow my head, I am connecting to nature. I don't worship a God that belittles me with his rules and regulations. I don't worship a narcissistic, patriarchal thug that is interested in my success, but the moment I fail, he moves back. I am responsible for my failures, but he has to take the credit for my success. That is a 419 God that they introduce to many people. And that's why a lot of people see God as a shortcut. Some people see God as, an escape route. Yeah. They see God as an instrument or a tool for them to escape their the consequences of their irresponsibilities. No, my God makes me responsible for my life because my God told me that I am the one that creates my own realities. I create my realities. Exactly. Only a 419. Listen, many of you, let me tell you something. You need to deconstruct. You need to decolonize your mind. Because most of the things they told us about God, it makes God so immoral that PDD becomes more moral than God. Most of the things they told us, the characteristics of God that they have presented to us, PDD is learning. That God must be an immoral, tyrannical, evil God. And that's why you see many people, they are depressed, they are alone, they feel so bad. Any little thing that happens to them in life, oh. And these are the people that when you look at their life, they have nothing to show for that Jesus they are shouting. Nothing to show for it. 20 years empty life. Nothing. They are depressed. They are confused. They are victims. They are the ones who are looking for a politician that will save them. Yes, they are saying Jesus has given them hope. They are still the ones that want to shove their confusion down other people's throats. But people cannot, for over the years, you see these people, over the years, they have demonized Yoruba spirituality, they've demonized Igbo spirituality, they've demonized Hausa spirituality, they've demonized everything. Jesus power, super power, Babalawo power, powerless power, foolish, bastard. Now, somebody sang a song that Jesus is not coming back. All of them want to die. You have been cursing and demonizing, insulting people for years. They didn't say anything to you. Now they have said just small, you want to die. Go and die. Not to go jam many of you if you are not careful. If you keep coming to my live session to come and be saying nonsense. He's not coming anywhere. It's a delusion. Let people breathe. Even you are shouting this thing. Your life, you have nothing to show for your life. Nothing to show for your life. You keep chasing clout. Your pastors are getting richer. You are getting poorer and weaker. They are the victims of the misrepresentation of divinity. These are the people who are the victims. They are the victims of the misconception of divinity. They have a misconceived idea of who God is. So they have misconceived idea of a God that forces his love on you. I love you and you must love me back. If you don't love me back, you are going to hell. What kind of God is that? That's like an abusive man that wants a woman by force. And the woman says, I don't want you. And he forces his way on her. That's the kind of God they have sold to many of you. It is the responsibility of intelligent people to speak the truth. So anybody that wants to be upset, they should be upset and go. That's their business. It is the responsibility of intelligent people to speak the truth. Because too many people are in bondage. Our parents were in bondage for years. Bondage of organized religion, bondage of conventional education, bondage of politics, bondage of celebrity system. Yet the children wants to take over from that. How? We must salvage what is left. We must salvage what is left. Your life is not working because of your misconceived idea of who God is. And that's why you can't be in partnership with divinity because, you are inferior. You are serving a God that looks down on you. You are serving a God that looks down on you. You're serving a God that is sending you to hell because you have refused to accept him. Yet that God loves you. What kind of Adolf Hitler wannabe God is that? Narcissistic God. That's why people can't take action. They are weak. Poor self-image and insecurity. People can't take action. They are weak. They can't even take the actions that will transform their own life. They can't take it because over the years, they've been fed with a God that has stripped them of their personal dignity, their self-esteem and confidence. They have nothing in them again. Nothing in them to take any action. A God that you have to first belittle yourself before him before he can accept you. Is that God? What nonsense God is that? I don't serve that kind of God. And we are saying, let's see the difference between those who are serving, because let me tell you the truth, guys. A lot of people that you see in Nigeria, they are not doing all these things they are telling you. Oh, I am a Muslim, I pray 5 times, I am a Christian. That's a cover-up. It is the masses that are chasing clouds. It is the truth. They are not doing they are not that committed to it. And that's why you notice all the people ruling you, when they are having their meetings, they are not Christians, they are not Muslims in that meeting. They know what they are in that meeting. All these rules and regulations, they are for the poor, the masses, who have chosen to remain poor and in their penury and their misery. They glorify their misery because they've been told that that's where their God wants them to be. Nobody makes rules for me. No, nobody. I understand the laws of the universe and I live by those laws. The rules, I make my own rules. I make my own rules. It's a control system. It's the matrix. And a lot of people want to remain in that matrix. It's camouflage. They do all manner of sacrifices. Human, goat, ram, all those things. But on Friday, they are in the mosque. On Sunday, they are in the church. But you are chasing clouds. You are chasing clouds. They are the ones who have access to money laundering. They are the ones who have access to front for people. So you think that their business is booming because they are following business ethics, or because they prayed on Friday or they prayed on Sunday. Because that's what they have sold to you. Run with it, the masses. The masses will always run with the stories that they are told, because the masses don't have the intellectual capacity to question anything. They accept anything they are told. Do what you're told, masses. They do what they are told. God means different things to different people. So what does God mean to you? I say, what does God mean to you? And listen to this. To an awakened mind, God is the divine spark within you that works with you, in you and through you. That's what it is. God is the divine spark to an awakened mind, to the awakened people here right now. God is not an escape route. God is not an excuse. God is not a shortcut. God is the divine spark within you that works with you, in you, and through you. That's what God is. So as I'm speaking to you right now, God is speaking through me, with me, in me. That's it. That's what God is. In your business, God is selling in you, through you, with you. When you see the concept of divinity and God from that perspective, things begin to work for you. That you don't have to run to a particular place to go and drop your money on somebody's altar. No. That you are now seeing some people as they are above you in the spirit. The God of my this, the God of my that. That's why you are weak. You are giving your power away. The system is established for you to give your power away. The system is established for you to give your power away because it is in your energy that they become more influential. It is in your energy. It is by the energy that you submit to them that they become more influential. Now listen, God is a generic term. Please. God doesn't have a name. Let's start with that. God does not actually, God does not have a name. Please no. Because no matter what anybody tells you, God never showed up to anybody and said, this is my name. Forget all those stories. God doesn't have a name. So the concept of God itself, I'll explain the origin of that to you later on, is a generic term. It is a generic term. I said it this afternoon. It is a generic term. So God, 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 God. God what? It's a generic term. It is a derivation of a German word. It's a generic term. It's like saying car, like I said. It's like saying phone. What kind of phone do you have? I have a phone. What type of phone? It is a phone. Is it Android? Is it iPhone 5? Is it iPhone 12? It is a phone. Right. That's exactly what God is. It is a generic term. So God does not have a name. God is an expression. God is not a noun. It is a verb. Please. God is a doing word. God is an action word. God is an expression. That's what God is. God is the flow of energy. That's what God is. God is frequency. That's what God is. God is frequency. So whenever you see a flow of energy, you are seeing God. Whenever you see life, you are seeing God. God is the divine architect, like what this person said. So God is a lot of things. I love the way Ibn Arabi said it. Is one of his poems. The Sufi guy Ibn Arabi said, I look at nature, I see you. I look at the waters, I see you. I look at the flowers, I see you. Everywhere I look, I see the beauty, the omnipresence of God in everything I see. That's what God is. God is everywhere. But listen, the activated and manifested presence of God is not everywhere. The active manifested presence of God is in those who understand energy. Business that is not working, it is because you don't understand how to activate the God energy, the expression of God, because nothing can stop the flow of God. God is infinite intelligence, guys, man. God is infinite intelligence. Because if you are relating with infinite intelligence as a subordinate, as an inferior, right, you will not understand how to activate the expression of the God force. God is the totality of universe in every forms and non-form, in material and immaterial. God is in everything, animate and inanimate. You are seeing God all around you, but the active manifest presence of God is only present in people who have mastered how to express that energy, that God force. That's what it is. But you can't do that from the place of inferiority complex, from the place of fear. Fear God. I don't fear God. No, I don't fear God. I don't need the fear of God to do what is right. Yeah, I don't. Because listen, even typical human beings, right? Typical human beings, when you give more than the respect due, even to a rich person, especially to rich people, they begin to see you as a peasant. Have you noticed that? So I coined something from there. Don't give people more than the respect due them. It's going to affect your relationship with them. Honestly, they will start seeing you as a liability. I don't give people more than the respect due them. I will accord you the respect that you deserve. You will not get anything extra. And that's the way I also, my relationship with divinity. As even people in authority, the moment you start giving them more respect than they deserve, you think by doing that, you're going to, oh, they will be closer to you. No, that's when they will be distanced from you, because now they see you, they don't see you as a partner. They see you as a subordinate. They see you as an inferior. Come on. I don't give people more than the respect due them. I don't. They start suspecting you as this person. You know, my father will always tell me, if somebody is respecting you too much, be very suspicious of them. High service depicts inferiority. They will be seeing you as a weirdo. They will be seeing you as a peasant. Peasant, this one. All these poor people. So you respect people, but you don't give them more than the respect due them. Because rather than them come closer to you, they will distance themselves from you. And that's why a lot of people, they don't know how to activate the God energy. Because they are giving God what God does not expect from them. So they cannot maximize the partnership, their fellowship with divinity. They can't maximize it because they feel inferior anyways. My relationship with God, with divinity, is based on the law of partnership, not worship. No. If I bow my head, I'm doing it because that's the way my ancestors connected with nature. That's it. That's why I've told you that religion is a tool you are meant to use. It's not meant to be using you. The reason why northern Nigeria is going mad is because there are many people there allowing religion to use them. It is a tool that you use. You are the source. Everything is a tool that you use. Infinite intelligence is universal consciousness. It is, see, listen to this, please. Until you understand the concept of infinite intelligence and you know that God is a generic term. So whatever you call God should be based on your personal experience and relationship with divinity. Right? So the reason you have the right to name your God is because you have had a interrelationship with divinity based on some experiences in your life. Right? Exactly, being the cause, not the effect. That is what gives you the audacity to now say, when I want to relate with divinity that is within me, I'm going to use this vocabulary to remind myself and build my consciousness. And one of the most powerful terminology that has been used to describe God, infinite intelligence. They said Tope Alabi called God Aboru Boyi. Aboru Boyi is not a Christian God. It's not a Christian God. Eledumare is not a Christian God. No. And this is why, I always tell you, you cannot understand the God energy and the God concept, right? When you are alienated from your authentic ancestral spirituality system. Just know that one now. You are an Igbo. You don't know anything about your ancient, authentic Igbo spirituality system. You don't know anything about NCBD. What you have behind me now on this video that looks like four square is an NCBD symbol. Do you know that as an Igbo person? Do you know that what I have behind me, this four square you are seeing, is an NCBD symbol that represents balance and structure? Do you know that? No, Rookie, it's a chair. Ambassador, I salute your divinity. It is a chair. What you are seeing behind me is an NCBD symbol. So I look at some Igbo people who are always trying to force alien ideology on me. How can you have a spirituality system like that of the Igbos that is so powerful, authentic, one of the most ancient, and you don't want to know anything about it? And you think you are going to understand God. You think you are going to understand divinity. There are things that God does not expect from you. One of them is worship. God doesn't expect worship from you. God expects partnership and fellowship from you. That's what you expect from you. One of the things is that a lot of people must do before the end of this year is to delve deep into their authentic ancestral spirituality system. One of the projects I'm going to embark on in 2025, I'm going to get some researchers and some other people together. We have to reactivate the ancient writing systems of our ancestors. I've been doing a lot of study on the NCBD. And you have no idea what I've discovered. When you know yourself, you would know God. Guys, when you relate with divinity from the place of an inferior, you will never get the best of the divine. You won't. You won't get the best of the divine. But when you relate with divinity as a partner, everything you do will come from the place of authenticity. Yes, Samuel, send me a DM. Hey, it's come from the place of authenticity because I'm partnering with God. For the sake, for the lack of the right word, God. Yeah. But when I say God, I know what I am saying, right? I'm not referring to the God that they have shoved down the throat of a lot of people. No, that's not the God I'm talking about. Understanding who God is. Understanding. And when you get to that place, you don't give God what God is not asking of you. You're not giving God what God is not asking of you. You will see the Indians. The Indians will tell you, what is the name of your God? The Indians will tell you because every Indian house have their God. Now, there is the concept of the seven absolute spirits. The seven absolute spirit, right? In India, in Hinduism, Brahma is the seven absolute spirit, right? There are the major gods because the whole concept of Trinity is also derived from Hinduism. Derived from Hinduism. Yes. But each house, right? Each house have their God. So in Hinduism, each house have a name for their God. They have the God that they serve. So that God in each house is more or less like a representation of their chi. What the Igbos call chi, your spirit double. But they symbolize and objectify their own chi. Like in our family, our God is so thing, and this is the name of our God. And they have transferred that culture from one generation to another. And even with the British colonial system, the Indians refused to let them strip them of their ancient, authentic spirituality system. This is the problem with Nigerians and Africans. Because we're not the only ones who were colonized. Indians were also colonized. So how have they been able to preserve their ancient spirituality system to the point where they still have up to 95% Hindus in India? The Indians didn't let go. Yes, colonize us, no problem. We accept your dressing. We accept your whatever, but we're not going to accept your God that you are trying to impose on us. We have our own spirituality system. We refuse to accept it. But we Africans, especially Nigerians, we sold our head, our hand, everything to foreigners. We allowed them to strip us of everything that is ours. And then you see people defending what is not authentic to their ancestral system. And then you see the same people come and complain, my business is not moving. My life, I'm confused with my life. I don't know what is happening to me. How will you know? How will you know? Yeah, I've said it officially. Very soon, I'm going back to my ancestral land. I am a Yoruba man. I'm not from the north. Yeah. Because anywhere that people want to impose something on people, you say this, blasphemy. You say this, blasphemy. I don't want to be part of those kind of system. Because if there are people in this part of Nigeria who they act like they didn't have any identity until Christianity or Islam came, it is the Northerners. They act like they never had an identity. Why? You had an identity. Nobody is saying that don't accept, you can choose your religion, whatever you want. But how can you throw away your ancient, authentic identity like you were not existing? And that's why there is confusion. There is chaos. Whenever you see a person who is suffering from confusion, depression, and all that, check them very well. They are cut off from their ancestry. If you are cut off from your root, you cannot have any organization. You can't have structure and organization in your life. It's as simple as that. You can only have short-lived success. And it's like you start a business, 3 years is booming. Ooh, after 3 years, everything goes down. What is happening to my business? You are not connected to source. The 2 year success is just a fire brigade success. It's not sustainable. You can't sustain anything on the back of falsehood. It's impossible, guys. So one of the concepts that helps us to understand God better is the concept of the infinite intelligence. in spirituality, it's even in philosophy, in all those metaphysical traditions. Because infinite intelligence is all encompassing. Infinite intelligence is universal consciousness. Infinite intelligence is the multiversal source of all knowledge and wisdom. Right? Is the center of all knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. It is the intelligence that governs the universe. It is the intelligence that transcends your limitations as a person. It is the intelligence of the past, present, and future. It is the intelligence of the Akashic record. It has no boundaries. There are no boundaries when it comes to infinite intelligence. Infinite intelligence is not confined in space. It is accessible to everybody. For the grace of God has been poured out to everyone. That's what it says. That's infinite intelligence. For the truth is present sometimes in your words, in your scriptures, and in your music, but you won't see it. You only follow lies and falsehood. That's what infinite intelligence is. The whole concept of omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, that is infinite intelligence. All encompassing, universal source of knowledge. Eternal, past, present, future knowledge. Let me tell you the truth of the matter. Sometimes you need something to happen for you in your business. You need to tap into a past knowledge. And you can only tap into that past knowledge when you connect to the source that is in you. And infinite intelligence partners with you. You connect to a knowledge, an ancient knowledge that is presented to you either through 21st century technology, 21st century protocol, and then you apply that idea. And that's it. You get results. That's what infinite intelligence is. Infinite intelligence is an ancient source, exactly, is the collective consciousness that permeates every existence. That's infinite intelligence. It is the source of all wisdom, all knowledge, creative power, creativity, ingenuity, ideas, concepts, inspirations. That is infinite intelligence. The whole concept of the occultic infinite divine line is part of the infinite intelligence, because infinite intelligence is the interconnectedness of every intelligence in the universe. That's what it is. A lot of people, there are some things that you say, you have never read them anywhere. It was after saying, there are many things I say. After saying those things, I now go and research. Like, there's something I said. Oh. I didn't write it down. I didn't plan it. I just said it. Then I go and do research on it. And I discovered that, wow, this thing actually, this is what this is. It's because I tapped into the Akashic record. Now, let me give you an example. What you see behind me right now that looks like, Foursquare, not looks like, is a Foursquare. The day I saw, during my NCBD study, when I saw this thing, I started crying, like I started shouting. I was like, wow, I have tapped into the ancient archive memory of the universe. Because I created it. I was inspired from my bed in the morning. I woke up before 18 days manifestation marathon. I was preparing all the slides and presentations, and I had a voice that told me Foursquare of desire. That's what I heard. Foursquare of desire. I was like, Foursquare of desire, and I started thinking about it. I started meditating, and it gave me everything to the details. And it was after that I saw during my NCBD study, and I was learning ancient writing of the system of the Igbos. And I was discovering that they were writing in symbols. Their writing was pictographic in nature. It was graphical in nature. It's different from English writing. No. English is condensed, useless. It's nonsense. That's why I've told people, I will not speak more than the English I'm speaking now. They should even pay me for the one I'm speaking. I am done. And guess what I discovered? I discovered that in NCBD, when it comes to something that has structure and balance. Of course, which is chair. For anything, for you to be able to sit on something, you must have like 4, pillars that holds it, right? In numerology, 4 is the number of balance and structure. So I was telling them during the 18 days manifestation marathon that the reason why you have to put all your desires in 4 square is so that there can be balance, structure, and you can concentrate and conserve your energy. I did not know that in NCBD, the way they write chair in NCBD is the 4 square of desire. I did not know until after 18 days manifestation marathon. So what you are seeing behind me, that is how when they want to write chair in Igbo as NCBD, which is Oche, right? Chair is Oche in Igbo, right? But when they want to write it, the ancient Igbos, they did not write chair. What you are seeing behind me is what they drew it, because chair must have 4 square. 4 square means structure, balance, and all that. So how did I get that information? And nobody told me. I tapped into the ancient Akashic record. I tapped into infinite intelligence. The same thing for your business. Many of the ideas you are going to use to quantum jump in your business, nobody is going to tell you, but it is an idea that exists in this quantum field. It exists already. All the inspirations that you need to quadruple your net worth, right? To make profit in your business, to connect with the right people. They exist right now. They are not in heaven. They are here. Right? But you need to tap into them. But you must understand the concept of infinite intelligence. Because when you are looking at divinity and God from the perspective of infinite intelligence, there is no hell, no heaven, no sin, no all these nonsense rules and regulations they are trying to hold you down. You are just relating with purity in its purest form, power, magnificence. You are relating with yourself as you are. Igbokwenu. Oh God, man. And then God becomes to you a source of inspiration and intuition, not a judge that wants to send you to hell. So God becomes to you. Because listen to me, guys. Intuition, creativity, sudden insights, they all come from tapping into infinite intelligence. That's what they come from, tapping into infinite intelligence. Until you tap into infinite intelligence, right? You will never understand how to sharpen your intuition, your creativity. There is something called, it is religion that separates people. When you study the Igbo spirituality, my study of Igbo spirituality, I'm just seeing a lot of Yoruba in the Igbo, and I'm seeing a lot of Igbo in the Yoruba spirituality. We are one. We are not, they are trying to separate us. That's what religion, politics, they are trying to separate people. That's all they do, separate people. You are condemned going to hell. You are going to heaven. You have already separated them. You've already condemned one and justified the other. Infinite intelligence doesn't do that. You are a spirit in motion. You are the expression of God. You are the expression of God. God is expression, right? So your movement, how you live, how you move, how you speak, that is at that moment, in that moment, that's how God wants to move and speak. So to access the boundless wisdom of God, because that is the only thing that will lead to breakthroughs. That is the only thing that will lead to innovative ideas. That's the only thing that will help you develop creative solutions to complex problems. It is the divine energy of God. Every day, you must seek to connect with the depths, your divine center, with your soul every day. There should never, as a business person, there should never be a day you wake up and you don't say something, even if it is 5 minutes. You don't communicate with the divine center that is in you. Because listen, you are going into the business world where there are vampires and bulldogs. There are vampires and bulldogs. That's where you are going to, my brothers and sisters. You don't have people to front for. You don't have people to do money laundering with. Now, those people are coming to share testimony to you of what God did for them. You don't have one Baba that is servicing you and funding you. I'm not against anything anybody do. Me, I hardly completely condemn anything. I'm looking for the good part of that thing, right? So I'm not condemning anything. I'm simply telling those of you who are quick to judge people by the cover of their book. You are quick to build your life around what somebody said that God did for them. Because in Nigeria, it is God that is doing it for everybody. Nobody comes out to tell you their recipe. No, nobody does that. Nobody tells you their recipe. And testimony is a scam. I'm not saying great things are not happening to people, but the moment testimony becomes a selling point, run away. Run away. The moment somebody is trying to use testimony as a selling point to get you, run away. Because listen to me, guys. The moment testimony becomes a selling point, it doesn't happen every day. The day it does not happen, they are going to concoct a lie, because that is the selling point anyways. Infinite intelligence is the mechanism through which thoughts and intentions are manifested into reality. That's what infinite intelligence is. It is the channel, the mechanism through which thoughts and intentions are manifested into reality. It is not a noun, it is an action word. It is an action term. It is the knowing, the understanding, the action of the God energy, the expression of the God energy. That's what infinite intelligence is. It is the vibration of God. It is universal intelligence. Sometimes the idea you need to turn your business around is in somebody that is just standing next to you. But you just need to engage them in a conversation, because it is present in all of us, right? But how do you engage them in a conversation to tap into infinite intelligence through that person? If you have not gained energy mastery, you don't understand the expression of God, you can even start discussing irrelevant things with them. But the main thing that they carry, that if they can just say it to you, like, that guy said something. Okay, let me go and work on it. That's what infinite intelligence is. Because see, when they say it, it activates something that is in you. Everything anybody says that does not activate something in you is a scam. Infinite intelligence is the 3 dimension of the God force. Omnipotent means all powerful. So all the power, right? And listen to me, please. Don't get this. When we talk about spirituality, people think spirituality is something outside this realm, something outside them. No, spirituality is here. This is spirituality. That's it. So when we say all powerful, omnipotent, right? Some people externalize these kind of terms. I know I am not the one. God go punish me if I talk, say I am omnipotent. But what does that mean? It means that you carry within you every capacity and power that you need to carry out any task, to execute any task. It is within you. Omnipotency is in you. That's what it is. Omniscience, the knowledge of everything. Everything you need to know to take your life, your business, your relationship to the next level. They are in you, but you are meant to tap into them. Omnipresent. Everywhere you need to be, when you need to be there, for the purpose of the advancement of your life. You are going to be there when you need to be there. With the things you need to say, you are going to say them and be there, because you are connected to infinite intelligence. That's what it is. You are connected to infinite intelligence. Let me tell you the truth, guys. One of the mistakes that we are making is to think that all these inventions that we are having, that they are new. They are not new. They have always been here. The mechanism governing the radio system, governing the telephone system, has always existed since the beginning of humanity and earth. It has always existed. But it was materialized into this 3D reality when somebody tapped into that infinite intelligence. And they were able to understand the mechanism that governs communication between people from a distance. It existed in the first century, in the second century, it existed millions of years ago, right? It existed. As long as humans existed, it existed. So there is no invention that is new. It is new because someone tapped into it. Someone tapped into infinite intelligence, and they were able to convert that energy and bring it into material manifestation. They say there is nothing new under the sun. And that's very true, absolutely. Nothing is new. All the things, the inventions of the 25th century, the inventions of 200 years from now, they exist now. Somebody will tap into that infinite intelligence. The same thing with you. All the ideas you need to run a successful business, they exist. Let me tell you the truth. The exercises you need to engage to access infinite intelligence, they are simple yet demanding. Intentional long walk alone in the morning. Intentional long walk. There are many people right now who are depressed just by taking intentional long walk every morning for as long as possible, 7 days, 21 days. You will cure yourself because you are going to start gaining insight and clarity. You will start communicating with yourself by yourself alone during that walk. Don't listen to any Nigerian music when you are doing intentional long walk. Throw them away, please. I cannot tell you how intentional long walk has saved me from complex situations. I just got an inspired idea. This is how you do it during my intentional long walk. And I'm like, wow. So taking intentional long walk alone can help you connect with infinite intelligence. Whenever there is something that looks complex, take an intentional long walk. Be committed to it. Be consistent with it. You know that meditation is also work. You can meditate while walking. And then meditation and mindfulness. Meditation and mindfulness. A lot of people, your mind is in a disturbing situation. It's not in a restful situation. You are running away from yourself. And I've said this to you. It is time to run to yourself. Someone said, I use long distance to run and cure depression. Footstep gratitude. So you see what people are coming up with. So I'm telling you, many of the things I'm saying, they are not new to you. You have started doing them. You have them in you. Long walk, long walk. Every day, you must at least spend some 30 minutes. Intentional long walk to communicate with yourself, to know yourself better. And then meditation and mindfulness. Feeding nature, feeding birds, right? Intentional long walk to connect with your chi. Let me tell you, even during my shower time, my bath, when I'm having my bath, my bathing time is a war zone. I speak to every aspect of my human institution. They must tap into infinite intelligence. Even bathing can connect you with infinite intelligence. Because see, when you are able to be in this meditative, mindful state every now and then, using affirmations, when you do this, you know what happens to you? You are going to start trusting your intuition. Because your intuition is the voice of infinite intelligence. Please, not the Holy Spirit. Carry the Holy Spirit, go sit down for one place. Your intuition is the voice of infinite intelligence. So you are going to hear a still small voice that will tell you, do this. When you outsource your intuition to one spirit that came into you and taught you how to do what is it? What have you gotten from your Shankalabali Nabo? Where is it? This dramatic Lembrandoko Shantala Kabalian Tokolobobo. This dramatic nonsense that people are doing. Because rather than focus on tapping into your intuition, which is the voice of your infinite intelligence, you focus on how much you can speak in tongues to prove. They even use it to intimidate themselves. When you hear that brother's tongues, oh boy. Let me tell you, I have told myself, I am going to yeye you people because you have been yeying Yoruba spirituality, Igbo spirituality for years. And they kept quiet, they were just watching you. So it is your turn now to collect. So if you are upset, be upset. You are going to collect. You are going to collect. Machine gun tongues. Okay, after the tongue now, how far? What has the tongues done for you? Nothing. Nothing. Lenton koloboko shantapa. Libron kolombo shentebo. Okay, how far? How far? So what is the idea you got now? No idea. Nothing. Empty head. Empty head. Speaking in tongues. I know the origin of speaking in tongues. And listen to me. It's not necessary. It's not something that... See, speaking in tongues is deeply occultic. And I'm not saying occultic that it is evil. Yeah. It is used, but it is used on purpose. It is not the proof that you are now the best thing after sliced bread. It doesn't mean you are... I want to marry... I saw a video. I look at people sometimes on social media. I'm like, this one, you are going to enter one chance. The kind of man I want to marry is a man that in the middle of the night, he speaks in tongues over my head. The one that was speaking in tongues over his wife said they are divorced now. Because people think that speaking in tongues makes them superior to other people. Story. Your intuition is the voice of your infinite intelligence. So you are meant to focus on your intuition. You are meant to meditate. You are meant to visualize. You are meant to do intentional long work. You are meant to perform sigillization. Right? You are meant to master the art and craft of spirituality. Spirituality is an art and is a craft. You are meant to be a ritualist. You are meant to know how to make things, connect things, objects that represent your thoughts. Visualization, creative imagination. Listen, as a business person, you wake up in the morning. One of the first things you must do before you pick up your phone is to create imaginations about your business. The things you want to see that day, create it before you speak to anybody. When I really want to do some rituals and I wake up in the morning, yes, and I wake up in the morning and I stand up to do, if it is an intentional long walk, sometimes it is something else, intentional long walk, and I want to engage some plants. Because everything you need, they are all in nature. You just don't know. You pass by some plants, you don't know what those plants can do. And I'm giving you facts. What I do is, I wear my joggers, and then the moment I step out, any neighbor I see, if you like, be president, I'm not talking to you. I'm just going to. That's it. Until I do everything I need to do, I'm not talking to you. And they know me. So many of them see me, it be like, say, this guy is in a cult, is an occult. Because I don't know what they are doing to command the results they are commanding. So I have to do my own too. Because I'm not doing money laundering, I'm not fronting for anybody. You can't joke, brothers and sisters, with your enterprise, the works of your hand. This afternoon, I mentioned to you, I said, many of you, your problem is not competition. They know they cannot compete with you. What you are meant to pay attention to is opposition. They want to completely destroy the works of your hand. Right? They want to completely destroy the works of your hand. Of course, you can do it to gain business ideas. They want to completely destroy the works of your hand. Why do you think, listen to me guys, for you to understand the power of infinite intelligence, why do you think you are thinking about something, an idea, you are not taking action? Move forward 6 months later, someone else is doing it somewhere. Because that idea exists in the Akashic record. And everyone can connect to it. Because infinite intelligence is the interconnectedness of all knowledge, all understanding, and all wisdom. You see that now? That's why when you get an inspired idea, you don't wait, you act. I want to take some time to go and pray and wait on the Lord. You are going to wait there and grow old. That's why you have to exercise your intuition. Listen, listen. Your body understands your language. The moment you decide that you want to sharpen your intuition knows. It is a parastatal of your trinity of existence. I declare that my intuition is sharpened. And you take that intentional long walk, focusing only on your intuition for 7 days, for 9 days, and say, for 9 days, I am going to create an affirmation for the sharpening of my intuition. And you repeat that affirmation with your earpiece, and you take a long walk, and you do it for 9 days. Your intuition has received your message, because your intuition is the voice of your infinite intelligence. Your intuition is the voice of your infinite intelligence. And let me tell you, what happens is it unlocks your potential. These are tips and bits, right? From the forthcoming Femi Jubal Premium Business Mastermind. I am very sure that you don't hear this in the business mastermind you have been going, because everybody is trying to give you 7 steps to business success. That's not the way it works. They take your money, and after the 7 steps, you want to apply what someone else has taught you, and then you apply it, it doesn't work. You apply it, it doesn't work. Because what you need is not someone else's recipe. You need your own recipe. And the way to get your own recipe is to tap into infinite intelligence. The only person you should listen to when it comes to business success is somebody who is doing business and is succeeding at it. And you can go and check my file in Abuja. My name is Femi Jubal in the Abuja real estate industry. I am a god in the Abuja real estate industry. So you don't go and listen to people who haven't done any business in their life. People who they only started making millions when they became pastors. No, that's not how it works. Femi Jubal Premium Business Mastermind. We're going to look at business dynamics from esoteric dimension, from esoteric, occult, hidden knowledge dimension. And it starts on the 28th of September to the 6th of October. You are going to unlock the hidden secrets of business success, by tapping into esoteric principles that have been proven to skyrocket growth, profit, and personal power. So I think it's time we should go now. So thank you so much, guys. VIP, I'll see you at 8 p.m. tomorrow. And then I'm coming live again on Sunday at 8 p.m. So thank you so much. Have a great weekend.